guys, it's Evie here, and today I'll be discussing 3 tips that I wish I knew before I started my fitness journey, and maybe they'll help you out as well if you are beginning your journey as well with fitness. There is a lot of information out there, a lot of opinions out there, so just take this with a grain of salt. This is just what I wish I knew before I started, and maybe it will help you. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, just keep on watching and let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is don't copy or do workouts just because influencers on Instagram and TikTok are doing them. I think it's important to find what you enjoy, because that way you are going to be able to commit to it and you'll actually see progress if you are enjoying what you're doing. If you just see a workout or a program that somebody is doing, you're just like, I want to look like that person, and if I do this, I will look like them. That is the wrong approach. I think it's really important to find out what type of physical activity you enjoy, because if you don't enjoy what you are doing, you aren't going to commit to it. You aren't going to see progress, and you're most likely to give up. So I think for starters, it's really, really important, if you are following influencers on social media, just take inspiration, take bits and pieces, and just create something that you enjoy. I think that is probably the most important thing, because there is so much content out there. There is so many influencers out there. There's so many people creating TikToks and YouTube videos of this is what I do. And I think it's just, like I said, really, really important to tailor it to yourself and just make this journey your own. And I think if you are copying somebody else's journey with the mindset of, if I do this, I'm going to look like that person, you aren't going to see the results you want, because everybody is built differently. Everybody has different genes. Everybody has different energy expenditure. Everybody eats differently. And even if you ate and did the same workouts as your favorite influencer, you are still going to look different. So I think it's really, really important to just tailor your fitness journey to yourself and just try your best not to compare yourself to what you see on social media. I know it's much easier said than done, because even I need to check myself sometimes, because even now, all these years later, I still catch myself comparing myself to the person that is on my screen. So I think it's just really important to just not compare yourself, tailor your workouts to yourself, tailor the programs to yourself, find out what you enjoy and stick to it. Hey guys, it is Editing Evie here. I just wanted to quickly add on to this point. There is nothing wrong with following like your favorite influencers on TikTok and YouTube, etc., with their workouts and stuff. Just make sure that you are enjoying it, because if you aren't enjoying it, you aren't going to see that progress and consistency and that commitment. And with commitment and with consistency comes progress. So just make sure that you are doing movement that makes you feel good physically and also mentally. You don't want to pressure yourself and punish yourself to do these workouts just because everybody else is doing them. Do workouts that make you feel good and that you enjoy doing. So just move your body in a way that you enjoy, and you will see that progress, not just physically, but mentally. You'll see progress in your lifestyle, in your mood, and overall, you're just going to feel better. All right, let's get back into it. The second tip I want to share with you if you are starting your fitness journey with is how meal prepping will just change your life. If you feel like you are always running out of time, if you feel yourself just going through McDonald's or KFC, whatever it is, every few nights because you have no time to cook, you don't know what you want to eat, I think meal prepping here is going to be your best friend. You are able to save so much time. You are able to tailor the food that you eat to your specific goals, whether you're in a calorie deficit, a calorie surplus, whether you want to eat more carbs, whether you want to eat more protein. You are able to tailor your meals to what your goals are. And I think that is the best way to go about it, is to meal prep. Overall, I also believe that meal prepping will actually save you money in the long run. For example, you could buy just one single meal from a takeaway place, and that could cost you about anywhere between $15 to probably $25, whereas you can actually make probably 4 to 5 meals with that $15 to $25. And in this economy, with cost of living just going through the roof, I think it's really important to be able to just go out to the shops, just buy the basics that you need, because your meals don't need to be fancy. They don't need to be this extravagant thing. Just buy some basics like pasta with some pasta sauce, add some chicken with some seasoning, and you got your carbs, protein, and fats just all in that one meal. So, and that's why I believe that meal prepping saves you money overall, because like I said, why spend $15 to $25 on one meal every few days when you can spend that $15 to $25 to be able to make 4 to 5 meals? I'm not saying don't ever buy takeaway, because even now, like once every 1 to 2 weeks, I like to indulge in some takeaway, but I think it's important to be able to be smart and save some money and just cook from home. I like to meal prep on either Saturday or Sundays. I'll buy everything I need, try and find some specials if I can, and then I just spend about not even 2 hours, probably like an hour and a half, just do some basic meal prepping. So yeah, saves you money, saves you time. You can tailor your meals to your goals, so I think that's great. The third tip I want to share with you if you are starting your fitness journey is how important nutrition is. Nutrition is going to be the thing that is going to get you to your goals, because I'm sure you have heard of it, but if you haven't, it's that 80-20. So it's 80% your nutrition and 20% of the physical exercise that you do. And I wish it was the other way around, because I can easily get to the gym, I can easily get my workout in, but with nutrition, I found it was very trial and error. I had to try and figure out what works for me. I had to try and figure out, yep, these are my maintenance calories, this is how much I need to be in a deficit, or this is how much I need to be in a surplus. Oh, I need this amount of carbs, this amount of protein, this amount of fat. So I feel like macros are also just a whole other thing. I actually do want to break down for you guys what protein is, what carbs are, and what fat is. So that is actually videos that I am preparing, which I'm really excited to share with you guys. I wanted to make sure that I am educated. I'm educating myself, educating you guys, because I do have a diploma in nutrition now. So as of February, I finished my nutrition course, I got my certificate and everything. And I wanted to make sure I had that certificate first before I even dove into those subjects, because like I said, there's a lot of information out there, but sometimes it's just hard to know what sources you can trust. So yeah, nutrition, hella important. It is so important, and I think it's just also important to make sure that you are fueling your body correctly. Like even just yesterday, I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw you see all these things like, if your deficit is 1800 calories, for example, this is an example of what you can eat in a day. And I saw one where it was like, oh, are you in a calorie deficit? Here's a 1400 calorie day. And I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? 1400 calories. That's 1400 calories is what like a 6-year-old should be eating, not a full-grown adult. So I think it's really important to know that nutrition is going to be the thing that's giving you that energy. The food that you are putting into your body is going to be the food that's going to be able to give you that energy. If you are only eating 1400 calories, yeah, that's going to work short term, but is that going to be beneficial long term? No, it's not, because you're going to start feeling fatigued. You're probably not going to be able to get the nutrients you need from 1400 calories, and I just think that is way too low. I think it is really important to try and figure out, if you do want to go in a calorie deficit, just figure out what your maintenance calories are, which can take a little while, but don't subtract like 800 calories from your maintenance, because that's just not going to help you long term. Short-term fixes can cause long-term problems. You are setting yourself up for years to come. If you are punishing yourself and not eating enough, like at this young age, in a few years' time, you can start seeing that decline, and then you might not be able to live that healthy lifestyle when you're 60, 70, or 80 years old. You need to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success with health for the future. There is just so much to nutrition. Like, I feel like I have just been rambling for quite a while, but we need to make sure that we are including the 5 food groups. We need to make sure that we're including all 3 macronutrients. We cannot be cutting out carbs, guys, okay? I don't care what people say. You need your carbs. The keto diet is not it. Unless you are told by a health professional that you need to cut out carbs, there is no reason to cut out such a major macronutrient. Carbs are actually the main source of energy. If you take away carbs, you're not going to have the energy that you need to be able to reach your goals. So if your goal is to lose weight, just make sure you're in that slight calorie deficit. You are focusing on high protein meals because that satiety level is going to keep you fuller for longer. You're looking at high volume foods, including more vegetables, because they're lower in calories, so they're going to be able to keep you again fuller for longer with such high volume. If you want to gain weight, you need to make sure you're in a calorie surplus, making sure that you're eating foods not just for the sake of eating food. Like, the quality still needs to be there. So I think that's where a lot of people go wrong with calorie surplus. They just think, yep, I'm in a surplus, I'm just going to eat whatever I want. But like I said, the quality of food still needs to be there. You still need to make sure that you're eating foods that are going to make you feel great. Because if you are eating McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're just going to feel gluggy and gross from all the added sugars, added salts, saturated fats, stuff like that. You need to make sure that you are focusing on foods that are just going to make you feel good, whether you're in a calorie deficit or in a calorie surplus. So I hope that made sense. That is just a little bit about nutrition. Like I said, I do want to go into more depth about it, about each macronutrient in the future. I've been writing down my notes. I've been making sure that I am getting my information from reliable sources. And these resources that I want to source from, I want to make sure that they are science-based and evidence-based, because with that information that I am sourcing from these resources, I'm going to be able to educate myself even more. I'm able to educate you guys even more. And with that information that you have, that you seek, you are able to make a decision on your health. Because a lot of people make decisions on their health based on what they see on the internet. And I think it's just extremely important to make sure the information you are consuming is correct, it's true, it's factual, and it's coming from a professional. Alright guys, that is all from me today. I really hope you gained something from this video. I know, like I said, there is so much information out there. There are so many opinions out there, and I just want to be able to help you guys through your fitness journey and through your nutrition journey. And I really hope you found this helpful. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe, as that helps my baby channel out so much. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are. If today is a bit of a blech day, just remember that one bad day isn't a setback, and tomorrow can always be better. Bye guys.